Hey guys, 420 Dragon here, and we're just going to be playing a match with blue-red familiars. This is pretty much the same list that I top 4'd the Pauper Challenge with last week. No, yeah, actually this is the same exact list. Moving forward though, I would cut one of the lightning bolts for a third copy of Flame Slash. I think it's nice to have Flame Slash instead of lightning bolt because this deck really is a tap-out deck. A lot of the time you're not holding up mana on your opponent's turn, and if you are, it's usually a pretty specific case where you want to hold up Snap, Compulsive, or like Pyroblast post board. Typically, I think it's actually far more useful to just have the broader answer. Flame Slash is able to deal with Spire Golem, Carapace Forager, Mirror Enforcer, any sort of 4 toughness threat. It's a lot nicer to be drawing to 3 copies of Flame Slash. And of course, I think 1 bolt is almost necessary to kill people, because eventually you want to have a way to kill people with infinite mana in your whole entire deck. And Compulsive takes a lot of clicks. Bolt is a lot less click intensive. But in any case, let's just get into a match. We have Stonehorns, of course, in the sideboard. The Custody Spire, I'm not actually sure. I'm not convinced on this card yet. I think it might be just not needed, because really you only want to bring it in against like slow matchups. I'm not even sure I like it against Delver, simply because like a 5 mana, I mean it's almost like a third Muldrifter, but which is good. That's awesome. Muldrifter is like one of the best cards in that matchup, but I'm not sure I want more 5 mana cards in my deck against Delver. Like Muldrifter already does the 5-drop thing so well. Do you really need another one? I do like the Hoodwink. I think the Hoodwink actually does quite a bit, especially if the mirror ever like starts becoming a thing. Hoodwink is definitely by far the best card in the mirror. I think it's probably better than Stone Rain, just because it costs 1 less mana, and you don't really care about actually blowing up their bounce land. You just want to take it off the board, and that does enough. Yeah, other than that, I think I love the main deck, honestly. I love where I'm at right now. I think 2 Faithfuls is great, 4 Seagates, 3 Flickers, 4 Compulsive, just basically maxing out on all these big value cards. These are just like the best ways to get value, honestly, in the Pauper format. And they're all in our deck, so that's nice. 2 Pirates is, I think, a reasonable number. Honestly, you could go down to 1, but I think I'm fine with having 2, and I do tend to board them out quite a bit. So here is our first match, and let's get right into it. Alrighty. Just playing against Bolha. I'll wish the opponent GLHF, and this hand is a pretty easy keep. It's a solid hand. We can probably go for the turn 2 Faithful, and take it from there. Probably gonna turn 3 turn 2 also play the Evolving Wilds. So we have a whole lot of copies of Evolving Wilds now. Yeah, I'm just going to fetch planes. I probably should have waited until my opponent's end step, but I'm going to get that F8 value. As a wise man once told me, getting F8 value is sweet. That man was LSV. Alright, so the opponent's playing a blue-black, and they played Augur of Bolus. So this is basically the part where you have a little party, because blue-black decks... Oh, wow, they're playing a Reanimator deck? Okay, never mind. But in general, blue-black decks are a pretty easy matchup for this deck. Even Reanimator's not too scary. If they put, you know, a big threat in play, I can just snap it. I guess, actually, if this is the Striped Riverwinder version, Striped Riverwinder would be kind of annoying. So I think I'll probably just fetch a blue next turn. I mean, this turn, rather. Go ahead and drop the Familiar next turn, and then fetch, and be able to have all of our mana colors online. Though actually we may get double blue here before we get a red mana. We don't have any red cards in our hand, and honestly all the red cards kind of suck in this matchup. Like, what are we going to do? Bolt their Augur? That's not a very good play. I think the second blue is actually a lot more important, because especially with this deck, with like snaps and stuff, the second blue lets your snap generate a blue mana, which is really important when you're trying to put together a lot of spells. A lot of blue spells. Alright, so they play a bounce land. That's fine. Maybe we will bring in Hoodwink. Because I imagine they're probably playing more than one bounce land. No, I would believe it if they weren't playing the full 4 bounce lands. Because they are like a sort of aggressive deck. So I'm going to play Azorius Chancery. If they have Chainer's Edict, that's not too big of a deal. They've already played 1 copy, but like if they're like taking their time to not put a big fatty into play, I'm chill. I'm down with that. Oh wow, awesome. They're not killing our fam. This is where you start going to town. This is where you start going to town. Next turn we can just untap and compulsive. We can either compulsive twice, snap something and like maybe play something else. Or you can just like pass the turn from there. We'll have to see what we draw. Flame Slash. That's not a very good one. But it's fine. I'll probably hold on to it. See here. Okay, I mean that was a pretty good compulsive. We drew Reani-drifter and 2 walls. So I kind of really want to try to find a second familiar. Let's see. I'm gonna discard down to 8. So if I play a second compulsive, I'll have to discard to hand size. That's a bit annoying. I could just like discard the plains and then like play the fetch land. I think I'm actually just gonna do that. Just discard the plains, play the fetch land, and pass. And if the opponent plays something that I want to Flame Slash, I can like go fetch in a mountain. Otherwise, I'll probably actually just get a whole bunch of islands. I don't really need a red source. Not for a long time. Especially because the pirates also counts as a red source. So like you can just sort of delay that for a long time. You don't really need it. The opponent doesn't really do anything. Hopefully they continue to not have a removal spell for our familiar. That'd be nice. I'll go ahead and get an island here. Just want to be able to basically maximize my value off the familiar. Especially if we get a second familiar, you're going to want to have a lot of blue sources, as many as you can. So bounce land is a pretty good draw here. Just go ahead and play that. The opponent is probably running counter spells and stuff like that. So I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and actually I don't really want to spend my snap. I think snap is actually a pretty valuable resource in this matchup. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fire off a compulsive again. Looking for more value, more cards like compulsive, stuff like that. Our familiar is gonna get Doombladed. I'll snap that pretty easy. If they counter this, that's okay. That's not a big deal. It works. That's super nice. I don't know why they didn't Doomblade it on their main phase, because we got a free spell with our familiar off. So it's pretty nice of the opponent to let us do that. And then now here I'll probably just go Sunscape, Seagate, snap the Seagate, and then play Reani-drifter. That seems pretty good. Actually, I probably will have to discard to hand size, but I think it's probably worth it. I have these removal spells that don't really do anything. I'll take another Flame Slash. If they put an 8/8 out, could almost be annoying. Alternatively, I could just like try to evoke a Reani-drifter and let it die. Like if I could go like snap Prosperous Pirates, Reani-drifter, let it die, and then if they play Exhume, that's actually pretty sweet. I think I might be down with that actually. I think it might let me not discard to hand size, right? I would spend this, go to 8 cards. Yeah, I like that. No, I think I do discard to hand size. I forgot about the Reani-drifter. But I think I still like it actually. Seems pretty good. The Pirates is going to cost some amount of mana at some point. So it's nice to sort of get it out of the way. I can't really imagine the opponent kills it. Also, if they do play a Chainer's Edict, I'd much rather sack the Pirates than the Familiar. And yeah, I will just run out the Reani-drifter here. If the opponent does play Exhume, which is probably one of their ways to win this game, I want to get some value off it, man. I don't want to just get back a lousy God Pharaoh's Faithful. Alright, so I'll probably discard a Flame Slash here. It is nice to have the double Flame Slashes to combine, but we really don't care about that at this point. We have double wall Flicker with a couple snaps in the yard, so we can just bounce all their stuff. Should they play something threatening? What's this? Reani-drifter? That would be cool. Alright, cool. The opponent taps out. So basically we're going to try as hard as we can to kill them next turn. We can't try that hard, to be honest. But if we draw another familiar, we just win on the spot. So let's draw a familiar. Nice, got him. So now we just play the familiar. Flicker here. This is gonna leave us with 3 mana. We can play the other land, get up to 4 mana. And we can just drop the wall. Okay, they know it's good. They already conceded. I mean, we didn't show them the island, so they didn't really know they were dead, but whatever. So that was a fun game. So it looks like they're playing some sort of grindy deck. I mean, it's like a grindy reanimating deck, but they're playing Drifter, which is sweet, dude. Don't get me wrong, I love Drifter, man, but I just don't think that. I think this is the best Drifter deck, if I'm being completely honest. This or Tron. Tron's pretty good. Alright, so we could probably board out a bunch of removal. We don't really need all this. They're like putting Drifters into play, man. That doesn't matter that much. I do kind of want the Hoodwink. Even if they don't play that many bounce lands, it can be nice to, like, end of turn or even main phase, bounce one of the opponent's lands, like move to your second main phase, maybe go off through a potential counterspell. Oh, this hand's awesome. So there's a couple ways to play this hand. Basically, you either play Scared of Chainer's Edict or you don't. If you're not scared, you play the Wilds and go get your planes. I think I might actually play Scared here. It's not that bad. I get to develop my mana. I can go like Fetch Mountain. Yeah, I like playing Scared here, especially with the counter up. It's going to be hard to stick a familiar. There's another fam. That's nice. So I'll just go ahead and fetch my white here. And I basically want to try and play the Seagate before the Sunscape. Not only will this make my opponent have to hold up counters for more turns, if that's what they're doing, but it'll also insulate me from Chainer's Edict. Seagate, when the opponent's holding up counterspells, I really like Seagate a lot, because it makes it's not an easy card to counter, but it also has quite a bit of value if it resolves. So if the opponent wants to exhume me next turn, I could actually just play a familiar. I think I like this. I just play familiar bounce lane. The bounce lane was a nice draw. Now our mana's nice and set up. They can't really exhume us. If they do Chainers us, I mean, they can't exhume us obviously, but we don't really care. And if they do Chainers us, then their exhumes later get a lot worse because we just bring back a familiar and potentially kill them. So they're just going to go back to holding up their stupid counter. That's fine. Maybe I should do it this way. Just play Mountain. No, I actually like this better. I'm going to play Island. Yeah, I'll just play the Seagate. Yeah, that's safe. This is nice. This is a nice play. Just play the Seagate here. The opponent doesn't probably really want to counter this. And it also protects us from Chainers. Ooh, Hoodwink. Kind of don't mind a Hoodwink. I mean, Drifter is really, really good, though. We have a lot of card draw already, though. This is a tough choice. I think I'm going to take the Hoodwink, because we really could use an opening with this hand. Like, we can go pretty nuts with the second fam. Flicker, Compulsive. We can draw a lot of cards if we can make sure our opponent doesn't have a counter up. So if it's like a Doomblade or a targeted removal spell, I can use a Ghostly Flicker to protect. They cast a Duress. I think I'm okay with that. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I have a bunch of protection spells. If they take my Hoodwink, that's fine. I think I'm actually most scared of them taking Compulsive. If they don't take Compulsive, I think I'm happy. Duress is not that great of a card in my opinion against this deck. Like you basically the important cards in this deck are Mnemonic Wall and Drifter and Familiars, and it doesn't deal with any of those. So they're gonna get back their Drifter. That's cool. Played Drifter on turn 5. That's pretty broken. And yeah, I will just go ahead and hoodwink. Maybe not. No, yeah, they don't have a rule up. Yeah, I'll go for the hoodwink, yeah. Yeah, this is good. They also have 7 cards, so if it resolves, I have to discard. They're gonna counter it, that's cool. I don't care. Alright, so now next turn I can go familiar, compulsive with the blue up. It's pretty good. 2 blue up, nice. So yeah, I'll go familiar. This is another trick with the familiar deck, especially when you're playing your second familiar. You really want to tap your balance land and basically use both 2 non-blue mana to cast it. Because with your blue manas are really, really important when you have 2 familiars out. Okay, pretty good. We almost have a kill. Oh no, wait, do we have a kill? Okay, yeah, I think we actually do have a kill. Yeah, we have double snap. Yeah, I think we should win. Alright, sweet. So basically we can snap his reani-drifter, untap my lands, play the pirate. Yeah, this is GG. Get some manas, snap my Seagate, play the wall, get back to Flicker, and that's a GG. Opponent conceding. Nice. Alright, GG's. So yeah, I'll definitely be making a lot more content now that I'm on winter break. Though this was probably the only video coming out tonight. But yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions, comments. Suggestions for actually other types of videos to make would be really helpful. I'm not quite sure what types of videos you guys would enjoy. Thank you for watching.